Good afternoon, beautiful people. It is the Tuesday afternoon after the Riverside craft retreat. It was a most wonderful weekend, and yeah, I don't want to go on and on and on about it, but really it was went above and beyond my expectations, not least because the women who attended were not only talented and creative, but they were just the most beautiful souls, and I felt like I came away with some maybe hopefully lifelong friends. And anyway, we just had so much fun. So I wanted to go through the boxes that everybody got, just in case anyone was interested. There's a video where I made these toppers and decorated the boxes just so they had a little bit more of a open me and have a look inside kind of feel to them. It's hard to get everything in here, and so I may have to put the box aside and bring things out, but I'll open it up and we'll see kind of what the ladies got to see when it was opened. So I'm going to go through the sponsors as well, because there were little things in here from the stores, so I might actually do that first. We were given packs for every kit from several sponsors, some of whom you'll be familiar with and some you may not. They were all from New Zealand except for one, which was Kerry from Which Craft Do You Do, who I know you'll be familiar with. She has a YouTube channel and a store in Australia. Anyway, so this little pack was from a little store called Tanya Leigh Designs, who is one of our lovely New Zealand creators. She does a monthly kit here in New Zealand, and you can find her below. I'll link her below, and she makes these really amazing kits. And so she gave everyone a little sample of what she has maybe in one of her monthly kits. Now her monthly kits are partly her own designs like this, and also a mixture, I think, have some vintage things in them. Tanya also donated one of our big prizes, and Jay won that, and she was absolutely blown away by that prize. And also Tanya donated another little prize, which was a spot prize. So that was super cool, giving those out. The other little pack was from Loose Lemon Crafts, and that has a range of beautiful things in it. So there's Loose Lemon Craft, it's their embellishment pack, and these things have some charms, some little flowers, these tickets, this organza ribbon, some little of those little water droplets, those plastic droplets, some string, just a real beautiful variety of lovely embellishments. So thank you to Loose Lemon Crafts. I will link these stores below so that you can go and have a look. They would all do online orders and also post overseas, and I know that I often see Loose Lemon come up on my Instagram. Zippy Laser Designs, another little New Zealand company which does these laser cut designs, and so this one is made out of like a really light chipboard, but I don't know if you can see, you layer this beautiful piece on top of this main piece here, and you can paint or dye or whatever you like. And then she also gifted us these little felt flowers that have been cut out as well. So there was that beautiful pack. And Kerry from Which Craft Do You Do donated a beautiful big prize, which I have done an unboxing for and on my channel, so you're going to see that, to be painted and altered and just played with. So everybody loved those. And then also, last but not least, Rubber Stamps from Montaga gave everyone a free shipping code until the 30th of June. Now they have a wide variety of crafting things. They have some Tim Holtz inks and stamps. This stamp here was also a prize. They gifted this, and I'll show you a picture of what Helena did with that stamp. it will come up as I'm chatting here. She was really pleased. She does lots of stamping and mixed media, and I love what she did with the stamp, and I'm so pleased I gave it as a prize. But everyone also got another little stamp with their discount code as well to play with. Helena also won the big prize from Witchcraft You Do, so she went away a very happy camper, if you like. The rest of the things are things that I gathered together, except for some of the ledger paper, which was donated by Tracy J Designs, who I'll also link below. She has a YouTube channel and is one of our New Zealand creatives. And also this little pack here, which my sister Jo put together. Now she has a channel called Little Crumple Suitcase, which is mainly her op shopping finds. She's busy at the moment building a little cute cottage on the beach and painting that, so she hasn't been doing much op shopping or crafting or videoing. But anyway, she put this pack together, and this has a whole lot of different sort of contemporary things in it, and I believe every single one has a little cabinet card in it, and possibly yeah, some blue vintage lace as well. So this was a beautiful pack that was incorporated into the kit. You will have seen me do a post on these wee boxes. Now I made these with a sample kit and put them all together, and I am going to do a video on that. If I haven't already done it, I probably haven't, so I will be putting that up. So this is a box which is a kit by Sam Paul, and in this box was a vintage hanky, a couple of little Suffolk puffs, a rusted pin with some doilies, an old vintage photo, and I think wrapped up in the hanky, what was in there? Oh, a little bag of sort of lace and things like that. So just mostly a vintage little box for people to use. And so that was part of the kit, obviously. These little bottles were full of just little embellishment-y type things, vintage buttons, safety pins, brads, some little stamens, a bell, tiny little tag, and some tiny little cutout butterflies. Now, these were meant to go in a smaller bottle, but I didn't have enough, so I bought some off Temu. There's a little bit of bling in there as well. And I wanted them to go in this box, but I got my measurements a bit wrong, so unfortunately they didn't kind of fit in there. But that's what they were meant to do, but anyway, it doesn't matter. In this little bag, this is like a coffee dyed lolly bag, and I had a friend, lovely Colleen, come over and help me pack up some of these things because I got it myself in a bit of a tiz and I hadn't done them, and I really wanted to get them done. So she helped me tie all these up and make them. So thank you, Colleen, if you're watching. Probably, I don't know if Colleen watches my videos. And in here was just some little bits and pieces, just, you know, to add to a journal, some tickets, vintage tickets, a little book plate, some of these beautiful vintage and antique sort of collector's cards from the Netherlands, an old photo, a stamped piece of note paper. So just a little simple pack, plus the lolly bag. So, I mean, the thing with the kits is I wanted every single thing that I put in here, including the packaging and the decoration, to be able to be used in a journal. So if someone came with very few supplies, they could have actually made a whole journal with this pack. And actually one lady did challenge herself, and I wish I'd actually got a photo of her journal. Sadly I didn't. Lynn, if you're watching, that was you, and we had fun putting her journal together. She did an amazing job. So a tea-dyed CD envelope, a little bag made out of some old vintage paper, which has some library cards here, vintage library cards, some die cuts that I had done, and so that's a slide, some stickers, and a vintage card, and a manila tag. So yeah, all of those things obviously could be used to decorate a journal. Everyone got a vintage or antique, mostly antique, book cover, which I gutted so I could put it in the box, but I took all the inside pages with me if people wanted them. So this is what this pack has, this book here. I printed off all the bags. Most of them are using Ruby and Pearl design team digitals and decorated the bag with a little Tim Holtz number chip and a aluminium rim tag. And in here, and I can't even really remember anymore because it's been a while since I packed them, although they were only just finished on Thursday, because some of the things only came on Thursday, the day before retreat started. A vintage envelope, a mass cut flash card, a very old postcard. I don't know if there's a date on this one. No, I don't think there is, but yeah, lovely old beautiful postcard, and another old postcard, black and white one. Some old vintage playing cards, and in here is a pack of things that my friend Barb put together, and basically in here are some very just some old vintage postage stamps. And yeah, so that was that pack. These were so much fun to put together, and I did say to the ladies that actually I got a bit carried away and I had to put some of the things that I'd made up to go in these packs away, maybe if we do it again for next year, because they were getting just too big. As you can see, I didn't seal up the cellophane bags because I kept adding to them. This was a little fabric pack. Everyone got a different sort of floral, lightweight fabric, and some sari silk ribbon, some seam binding. Some people got pink, I think, or blue, I don't know. Some seam binding, crinkled, a index card that's been embossed, and a piece of lace, a piece of trim, and some kind of doily or linen, a piece of calico, and a piece of mull cloth. So that was to help if anyone wanted to make a spine or redo their spine, they could do that on their old book. So that was that pack. This pack here is just a neutral book page pack, although it does have some coffee dyed paper in there too. So some coffee dyed music paper, and some just plain coffee dyed paper, and then some a big piece of old dictionary, a Girl's Own annual, and then a variety of very old book pages, some of which I wrote the date on, and a doily. And here are the little pockets I made. There's a video of me making these, and I popped a little photo from Ruby and Pearl in there from Wildflowers, a Rolodex card, a tag, a little sticker, and one of those frames. So that was sort of the neutral book page pack. This pack here was more of a botanical theme, because there was sort of a botanical theme running through these packs. So this is just held together with an 1800s piece. Oh, that's 1914 New Zealand Gazette. A little bit of old sort of laundry label there. And in here just a variety of floral and botanical birds and Edith Holden and all these things book page. And so yeah, that was that. Underneath there was a couple of bits of wallpaper, some avocado dyed paper, this sheet which is from the Creative Cove, and again Helena did some beautiful things with that, as did Jean, who was probably our main scrapbooker, who came along and shared her weekend with us, and she won the Ribbon Rose Prize, which was a set of shimmery watercolors, and she painted some of these, and I will show you a picture now of what they look like. A piece of scrapbook paper, and under here is the vintage papers, so just a selection of vintage papers. One of my checks, this one's 1931 invoice, an index card. This is a piece of Tim Holtz backdrop, a very old letter from the 1920s from Fraser to Ruth, some old book exercise book page, a visitor's book, and just some variety of pages. All of these things are things I love putting in my journals, and something from an old postcard album, some pianola roll paper, and then our ledgers. So this one here, and one of these other ones was gifted to us from from Tracy at Tracy J Designs. So those were the packs. I think most people were really thrilled with their packs. Some people did not actually go through them completely, or they had a quick look, but they wanted to save them for when they got home, which I can understand. And so some people had them at home and emailed me and said, oh my gosh, I'm just going through my pack and I absolutely love it. So those were the packs, and yeah, those were amazing to put together. Obviously, I want to thank our sponsors. So, of course, Tracy J Designs, Tanya Leigh Designs, Loose Lemon Crafts, and Rubber Stamps by Montaga, Witchcraft You Do, Zippy Laser Designs, and obviously Joe from Little Crumpled Suitcase. We had some other very, very kind donations as well. Some of you will know that someone donated their entire place at the craft retreat because they ended up not being able to come. And Belinda from Visualize NZ won that place, and it was so lovely to meet her. We also had people donate little gifts and prizes anonymously, and they were given out through the weekend as well. So people went home, everyone got a prize, and then a couple of people won the big prizes. So yeah, it was really, really, really fun being able to give all this stuff away. It made my weekend really special, as well as all the other things that we got up to as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that little unboxing, and yeah, I'll see you again soon in the next video. Bye.